Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Wavy Wham, and today we're back on playing some more Doki Doki Literature Club. So in the last episode, we started off the game and we wrote our first poem, and we are going to be showing our first poem to people. So I'm going to go for one by one. I don't really know to start off with, so I'm going to go for Sayori. Alright, Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. Alright. Ooh, ... Oh my goodness. This is so good, Wavy. I love it. I had no idea you were such a good writer. Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing. Well, maybe that's why, because I have no idea what I like either. Ahahaha. Jeez. I'm sure Yuri's opinion has a little more constructive than this. Maybe even Natsuki's. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of people, other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem, it's a wavy poem. And that makes it feel extra special. Like I can feel your feelings in it. Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest. You're so weird, Sayori. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact I'm sitting in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Wavy. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something that only really good people can do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure Sayori can see the motive here. Tell me what's your motive. Then I can deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be the way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna go hold on to that then. Yay! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Oh, we can read a poem. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Alright. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No? Just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a lot better about myself. Don't be mean. I'll still try my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially that last line. I made eggs and toast, even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. That was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time, I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright, I feel like I want to share the next one to Yuri. I remember all of the characters. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. Sorry, I forgot to start speaking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that might be after reading it though. So it's not that bad. No? Did I just raise my voice? I'm sorry. Buries her face in her hands. I can't help but notice it's been several minutes and we haven't really got anywhere somewhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both and the style and expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many skills and techniques that can go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with patience and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself to me or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read her poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smells dreamy as if she's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Alright. Ghosts under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate behind the amber glow. Baiting. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to replace by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calms, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. ... I'm sorry, I have a terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all, but it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I want to share something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Sorry, I'm looking at myself. Hoo. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Wavy. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But after that, poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more and then tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of a poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn than putting it that way. I haven't even thought about that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that I think about that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. That was my throat was starting to hurt again. Let's go for Natsuki and then let's go for Monica last. ... Well, it's about what I expected for someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It didn't invoke any emotions. So basically, it's not cute for you for your tastes. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Sigh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Oh, it's short. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Yeah, I told you that you were gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why aren't you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in the high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even try to take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's tried to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice about simple writing is that it puts more weight onto the wordplay. Like I set it for a rhyme at the end, but then it all made flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line, so you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I wouldn't take that away from her. Oh, that was really short. Okay, Monica. Hi, Weavy. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Thank God, this is like the most supportive person ever. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Wavy. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But that's sort of a barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would like. Is that so? You and Sayori are really good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Ah, well, we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But similar as you would expect. The way she talks about you, it sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you think. So I think that's the kind of the vibe I get when reading your poem. Sure, not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she's exploring with emotions like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each own, you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I always help you what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Well, that doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in the wall. It could have been me. See, the direction spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No. I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in, and I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. That was actually very good. I think it's very freedom, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really into the right person for asking for feedback. It's okay. Well, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That's a lot of poets have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. Oh my god, I just burped on camera. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I'm kind of the empathy recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. And empathy? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about these stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect that you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Oh wow. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. Yeah, it was. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if it's just being nice, there's no way my poems could stand up to theirs. This is literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each other of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns to the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did, by the way. So I really liked it, and Wavy did too. So based on that, I gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Wavy liked my poem too, you know. He even told me that he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, you're fighting. I didn't realize we were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Wavy appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. How do you know he doesn't appreciate my advice more? Aren't you that full of yourself? I know. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do over cutenessy. Oh, is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one that was magically grew a size. I can't say that. Natsuki. That doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they noticed I was standing there. Wavy, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this would have happened in the first place. What was the point of making your poems all convolved for no reason? The meaning should just jump out of the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Wavy. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. My throat is starting to hurt. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Wavy? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's gonna be, well, I gotta pick. I'm sorry, but I gotta go for Yuri. I like Yuri. Natsuki, you're right that I liked your poem. See? Wait, that's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different. That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't take even my poem seriously. I understand. Yuri, You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed. But here's the thing, no matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened by what you said her poem was cute. I see. I didn't notice that. I'm sorry. Ooh. But Natsuki took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that, Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side. She's trapped at the point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. I end up even feeling bad for her. Sometimes when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head. So Yuri, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm going to do that. It'll spare from me from looking all your faces right now. Without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem from the desk and storms out. On her way, she crumples up the poem on her hands and throws it in the trash. Natsuki, she really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her own desk. I gingerly approach her and sit at an adjacent chair. Sigh. Everything alright? I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You'll probably hate me now. No, Yuri. How could anyone have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you. Well, alright, I believe you. Thanks, Wave. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you part of this show now. It's nothing. One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, I wouldn't never do anything so shameful. So, what thing did Natsuki say? Well, never mind that. I'm gonna go make some tea. Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Yeah. Okay, everyone, it's just about that time for us to leave. How did you feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was a riot, well, mostly. Wavy, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome! In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you'll learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. ... I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kind of poem everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Wavy! Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sorry beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this time truly together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Wow. Sayori, about what happened earlier? And what do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of happen often? No. That's rarely the first time I've seen them fighting like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't have to hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Wavy, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. It's sure, but friends with everyone is nice. But does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay, yeah. Let's do this. Okay, I get to write another poem again. Let's go ahead and do adventure, vacation, anxiety, massacre, analysis, the dream, summer, strawberry, philosophy, bunny, marriage, nightgown, skirt, uncontrollable, cry, electricity, romance, landscape, playground, and imagination. Another day passed and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi Weeby! Yo Sayori! Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you into a good mood, but I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Would come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse here? Why not all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Contents fell onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fell. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. I didn't even know. It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming into the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you're planned on to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that I'll leave you one opinion. Wah, I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. Feel guilty that makes you deserve feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in, her face in her book. As always, I wasn't listening or anything. If it was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Wavy to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what your responsibility afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean like that. I got to absorb into my book. Ooh. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you can think of that. You were right though. I did something bad, and I have to accept the retribution. Still, coming from you, Sayori, I guess there's a little devil inside of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But wouldn't have to come if it were for cupcakes, so I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Wow. Yeah. Out of nowhere, something smacks her in the face and troubles onto the desk. Ow, what was... A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid for my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. Then I heard you blabber about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sora suddenly claps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Ah, really looks good on you, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy they shared this one with me. Sora gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez. I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leads down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can I tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where's Monica anyway? Good question. Haven't you heard of being late today? Not me. Well, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had to do something today. She's pretty popular after all, eh? You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Holy crap, I don't know if I want to wear both earphones. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose the club room over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. But boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You wouldn't have heard the bell ring at least. I mean, I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kinda just started recently. I always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay, that sounds super cool. I'll also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, baby. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a lot recently, and I'd love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I chose to leave out of Sayori's mischievous escapade, and I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like she said everyone settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. I'm kind of speeding this up because my throat. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri about more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. That only makes her face deeper in her look. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I'm under this sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably would have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Alright, Yuri. Just curious, how do you have the same two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, I just happened to buy two of them. I see. That's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear it. Once it starts to pick you up, you may have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's it about it anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans your eyes over at the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. That's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl in high school. Yeah. So it's dark, giggles. No, it's not that. Yeah. I really want to skip this, you guys. So, basically, he loves horror stories. Yeah. It's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna skip this. Yeah. Literature club. Yeah. So, I slip a seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, writing in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I'm distracting you or anything. Alright. Open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. Let's see. Yeah. Sorry, I was just you're just really apologizing a lot. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them. Yeah. Oh, so that's a thing. So I feel like they're just gonna read the book. Can I just, skip this? Oh, it doesn't skip much. Alright, there we go. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other, and we might not have enough time if we wait too long. It hails. Alright. So we just, skip this part. And we just, tell the feelings, and it's poem time. Alright, you guys, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. I'm a little bit tired. I apologize that I skipped through the other poems. My throat's really hurting, and I can't really read anymore. I can't really speak anymore, so that's why I have to, I kind of have to take a little break, and I have to do this in the next episode. I will not promise that I will be doing it again, but yeah. But if you guys did enjoy Doki Doki Literature Club, make sure to give this video a like and comment down below, and make sure to subscribe for more videos and turn on notifications so you guys don't miss any videos of me. My name is Wavy Wham, and I'll see you all later. Bye!